Hello friends, hope you are good. This is our lecture number 5 of unit first. Today we are going to discuss about the theories of failure under static load. In our syllabus total 3 theories of failure are there. The first one is maximum principal stress theory. Second one is maximum shear stress theory. And third one is distortion energy theory. So let us see one by one. We know that strength of a machine member is based upon the mechanical properties of material used. Since these properties are usually determined from simple tension or compression test, therefore predicting failure in members subject to uniaxial stresses is both simple and straightforward. But the problem of predicting the failure stresses for member subject to biaxial or triaxial stresses is much more complicated. Before going further, I will quickly recall you about uniaxial, biaxial and triaxial stresses system. In figure first, you can see that two equal and opposite pull type forces are applied on this block on a single plane at x-axis. Hence, this causes uniaxial stresses only at x-axis. This system is called as uniaxial stress system. Similarly, in figure 2, you can see that forces are applied on two different planes. Hence, this causes biaxial stress at two different planes on x-axis and y-axis. So this system is called as biaxial stresses system. And now in figure 3, forces applied on the block from three different planes, that is from x-axis, from y-axis and from z-axis. Hence this generates triaxial stress system. Now in fact the problem is so complicated that a large number of different theories have been formulated. In previous slides, we have been seen that failure can be calculated from a member is so simple in uniaxial stresses system, but not in biaxial and triaxial stresses system. So that's why in our syllabus only the theories for a member subject to biaxial stresses are only included. Out of these three theories, the first one is maximum principal stress theory. This theory is also called as normal stresses or Rankine's theory. Rankine is the person or scientist who introduced this theory. Now according to Rankine, the failure occurs at a point in a member when maximum principal stresses in bilateral stresses system reaches the limit strength of material in simple tensile test. Okay, if the maximum principal stresses is reaches at the limiting stress of material, then that member will be fail. Since limiting strength for ductile material is yield point, and for brittle material limiting strength is ultimate stresses. The ultimate stresses and yield point we also see the previously in stress and strain curve. Therefore, according to this theory, factor of safety into consideration, the maximum principal or normal stresses in bilateral stress system is given by sigma T. Sigma T is nothing but stress, tensile stress at ductile material is equal to stresses at yield point divided by factor of safety. And for sigma T brittle material, that is stresses of tensile at brittle material is nothing but stresses at ultimate point divided by factor of safety. We don't have any numerical on this formula base, we just have to go through the theory section. Since this theory is based on tension or compression failure, therefore this theory is not used for ductile material. However, for brittle material, which are relatively weak in tension or compression, hence this theory is generally used for brittle material. Okay, so this maximum principal stress theory is used for brittle material only, not for the ductile material. The next theory is maximum shear stress theory. Obviously you can see here there is a shear stress, so that means this theory is based on the shear stress only, not for the nominal stresses. According to these theories, the failure occurs at a point in a member when the maximum shear stress in bilateral stress system reaches the shear stress for material at yield point in a simple tensile test. So shear stress at maximum equal to shear stress at yield point divided by factor of safety. Since the shear stress at yield point in a simple tensile test is equal to 1/2 of yield stresses in tensions, so the formula again, shear stress maximum equal to stress at yield point divided by 2 times factor of safety. Please note these both formulae. Here you can see that shear stress at yield point, and here you can see that stresses at yield point, okay, which is half the yield stress in tensile test. So now this theory is mostly used for ductile material. And the last one is distortion energy theory. According to this theory, the failure occurs at a point in a member when the distortion energy per unit volume in bilateral stress system reaches the shear stress of a material at yield point in a simple test. It is also called as shear strain energy theory, and it is introduced by Henke and von Mises. This theory is used for ductile material only. Now let's have a quick recall. So for any queries, put down your doubts into comment section box, and thanks for learning. I will see you in the next lecture.